10 minutes before you close your eyes, your body holds a secret older than any medicine. A forgotten key that can reawaken its natural power to repair, renew, and transform you while you sleep. It is a practice passed quietly through seekers and healers, the kind that doesn't just help you rest, it teaches your body to rebuild itself from the inside. When this current of energy is awakened, your heart beats differently, your breath moves with purpose, and even your cells begin to hum with a quiet intelligence that modern science can barely describe. Those who have practiced it speak of waking lighter, clearer, and strangely calm, as if something within them remembered how to heal again. This is the process you are about to learn tonight. Before we go further, pause for a second. If this message already feels like it's speaking to something hidden inside you, give this video a like right now. It may sound simple, but that single act sends a quiet ripple of gratitude and energy into the space we are creating together. Every like here becomes a soft promise to yourself that you are ready to restore, to learn, and to receive. Now, let us step into what the old teachers knew. Yogananda once said that the body is not a cage of flesh, but a living instrument of divine energy. When that energy flows without resistance, healing is not something that has to be forced, it simply happens. But most people lie down each night, carrying the noise of the day, tangled thoughts, half-finished emotions, a body that has forgotten how to relax. They close their eyes, but their system is still awake, still defending, still waiting for peace to arrive from somewhere outside. The practice you are about to learn changes that pattern completely. This isn't a ritual made of complexity or superstition. It is an understanding of rhythm. Your body has tides just as the ocean does, and sleep is meant to be the moment when those tides move in perfect harmony. When you prepare yourself consciously for those last few minutes before rest, you are not just relaxing. You are entering the workshop of nature where renewal is shaped in silence. The reason this works is simple yet profound. Every cell carries memory. Every thought leaves an imprint. What you feel in the minutes before sleep becomes the blueprint your subconscious uses for the night's repair. That is why Yogananda called the moments before sleep sacred. They are your conversation with the divine within you. Most people surrender that conversation to distraction. They scroll through screens, let random voices fill their last waking minutes, and then wonder why they wake up heavy. But you can learn to reclaim that moment, to turn it into an act of power so quiet that it feels almost invisible, yet its results are unmistakable. Tonight, when you lie down, do it with awareness. Not as someone collapsing into exhaustion, but as someone entering a sacred space. Because that is what your body becomes when you allow it. First, take note of your environment. The light, the air, the sound, everything around you either supports calm or disturbs it. Create an atmosphere that whispers safety to your nervous system. You are teaching your body that it no longer needs to fight the day. This does not require perfect silence or a dim room with incense. It only asks that you bring presence to whatever is already there. Presence is the real healer. When you are fully aware of your breath, your heartbeat, your surroundings, your body begins to trust again. Now feel your breath. You do not have to control it, only witness it. Each breath you notice reminds your system that you are still here, still connected to the force that moves through every living thing. Yogananda taught that breath is the bridge between body and soul, the link that carries energy from the unseen into form. When your breath becomes steady, your thoughts naturally follow, and your body receives the signal it has been waiting for, the signal to release. As you continue to stay aware, feel how your shoulders soften, how your stomach begins to settle, how your jaw unclenches. These are the subtle signs that your nervous system is shifting from survival into harmony. Healing begins exactly at this threshold. The body repairs when the mind stops interfering. The cells listen only when the noise of fear and fatigue quiets down. That is why this practice starts long before you sleep. You are not trying to escape your day. You are completing it, sealing it with awareness. When you start doing this every night, something remarkable happens. You begin to wake with a sense of clarity that feels almost foreign at first, a kind of inner freshness that does not depend on hours of rest, but on quality of connection. Because what restores you is not time spent lying still, it is the current of energy flowing freely through you while you rest. The same current that Yogananda described as divine intelligence, the living light that knows how to mend, build, and balance all things when allowed. Your body already holds that wisdom. It has been doing its work silently from the day you were born. What you are learning now is not how to create healing, but how to cooperate with it, how to get out of its way so it can do what it was made to do. The ancient seekers understood this secret and passed it quietly from one generation to another, not as dogma, but as experience. Because once you feel that gentle power working within you, there is no more need for belief, only gratitude. As the night deepens and your surroundings grow quieter, begin to sense how your body itself is adjusting to the stillness. There is a point where the outer world no longer pulls your attention, and what remains is a subtle hum inside you, a vibration that has always been there, but is often buried under thoughts and tension. That gentle vibration is the doorway to the deeper current Yogananda spoke of, the life force that sustains every heartbeat and every breath without needing your command. When you start to sense that current, even faintly, you are no longer simply relaxing. You are remembering what it means to be whole. Now place one hand lightly on your heart and the other on your stomach. Feel the connection between these two centers. The heart represents rhythm, emotion, and spirit, while the stomach, the center of digestion, represents transformation and strength. As your hands rest there, let your awareness flow between them as though your breath is carrying light from one to the other. You do not need to visualize it, only to feel it. With every slow breath, the connection grows clearer. This is your inner circuit of harmony, the place where energy begins to reorganize itself each night if given the chance. When your body feels calm enough, let your hands rest at your sides again and allow your breath to slow. Feel the weight of your body against the surface supporting you. That weight is not heaviness, it is grounding. You are being reminded that you belong here, to this moment, to this earth, to this body that has carried you faithfully through everything. Gratitude is not a sentiment in this state, it is recognition. You begin to see that healing is not something arriving from outside, but a returning to what you already are. In this state of gentle awareness, start to notice areas that still feel tight or unsettled. Maybe it's the chest, maybe the back, maybe the mind itself feels noisy. Do not fight it. Acknowledge those areas with kindness. Yogananda often said that the body responds to love far more quickly than to control. When you meet discomfort with understanding instead of resistance, the energy trapped within it begins to loosen. You are not trying to fix yourself, you are allowing what is true to flow again. Stay with your breath. Let each exhale carry a little more weight from the day out of you. Feel the subtle expansion after every release, like your cells are sighing in relief. You may even sense warmth spreading through your body, a calm wave that moves without direction but with deep intelligence. That warmth is not imagined, it is your nervous system turning toward repair. When it feels this safe, your body activates its natural healing codes. It begins to rebuild tissue, cleanse toxins, and balance hormones all on its own. You do not have to guide the process, you only have to let it happen. Now, let your attention settle near the center of your forehead, where thought often gathers. Without straining, feel as though that area is softening, like the sky after rain. When the mind loosens its grip, clarity enters. This clarity is not an idea, it is awareness itself. In this awareness, the same intelligence that heals your body also begins to heal your thoughts. It dissolves the inner noise that has been repeating for years, the patterns of worry, fear, and doubt. This is the purification that happens in true rest. At this point, your entire system is communicating in silence. The mind, body, and breath are no longer separate. They are one continuous rhythm. This rhythm is the state Yogananda called the music of life, a soundless harmony between the seen and unseen. When you rest in that harmony, you are not just sleeping, you are aligning with the rhythm that creates and sustains life itself. Stay here for a while. No effort, no expectation, only presence. Let this stillness be your medicine. Let the quiet be your teacher. Every night you practice this, your body remembers faster, your mind releases sooner, and the glow within you deepens. It may start subtly, a lighter step, a calmer morning, but over time, this quiet work transforms everything. As you stay within this deepening calm, begin to sense how your breath and heartbeat are no longer two separate rhythms, but one shared movement. The body is not something you inhabit, it is something you participate in. When you surrender into this awareness, the invisible boundary between your thoughts and your flesh begins to fade, and what remains is the quiet truth that both are made of the same living energy. This is what Yogananda called the inner current of divine vitality, a force that moves through everything, healing without effort, guiding without words. When you touch it even for a moment, you realize that peace was never outside your reach. It was always pulsing beneath the noise. Now let your attention drift slowly downward toward the base of your spine. This is where life force gathers before it rises upward, and it is also where most people store their unspoken fatigue. Without tension, simply notice this area. If you sense heaviness there, breathe through it gently. Your breath is not only air, it is awareness in motion. Every inhale invites energy in, every exhale clears what no longer belongs. The more you release, the more space you create for the quiet power within you to move freely. At this stage, you may begin to feel subtle waves of sensation, tingling, warmth, or even a pulse that feels alive in unexpected places. Do not analyze it. This is energy awakening. It has no need for understanding. It only asks for cooperation. As it moves, it repairs the communication between your organs, balances the flow of oxygen in your blood, and harmonizes the nervous system that so often forgets its rhythm in daily life. You are not doing this consciously. It is happening through the same intelligence that keeps your heart beating through the night. Yogananda often compared this process to sunlight touching a frozen stream. The light does not struggle to melt the ice, it simply shines, and in its presence, the frozen begins to move again. The same is true here. Your awareness is that light. The moment you bring it to any frozen corner of your being, flow returns, and with it comes healing. It is this gentle cooperation between consciousness and body that turns sleep into a sacred act. Let your breath slow further now. Feel how the air moves through you without any resistance, how your chest rises and falls like gentle tides. Your body is learning to speak in the language of rhythm again, and that rhythm is the foundation of health. The ancient masters understood that disease begins when rhythm is lost, when the flow between rest and motion, day and night, mind and body falls out of tune. Tonight, you are teaching your system to remember the original melody. As you rest here, the edges of awareness start to blur. Thoughts may come, soft and unimportant, drifting like clouds across an open sky. Let them move without attachment. Beneath them lies a still, luminous presence. This is not sleep yet. It is the threshold before sleep where consciousness becomes transparent and healing begins to weave itself into your deepest layers. Stay aware of this space, not by effort, but by appreciation. Each second in this stillness nourishes you more than hours of restless dreaming. If you feel guided, you may bring to mind one intention for your body tonight, not a demand, but a blessing. Perhaps you wish for your heart to grow lighter, your digestion to strengthen, your nerves to calm, or your pain to dissolve. Whatever it is, say it gently inside. I allow this part of me to return to balance as I rest. There is no force in these words, only permission. You are telling your body that it has the freedom to heal. Feel the warmth of that permission spreading through you like a golden river. It moves quietly, touching every corner, every cell. It does not skip a single place because it is guided by intelligence, not by effort. As this light deepens, you may feel as though your whole body is breathing, not just your lungs. The skin, the bones, even the spaces between thoughts begin to inhale and exhale in harmony. This is the true rest that masters spoke of, a rest so complete that it renews not only the body but the very field of energy surrounding it. And now, let the awareness that has guided you so far start to soften. Healing is already unfolding beneath the surface. You do not need to observe it anymore. Trust that the divine current you have awakened knows its path better than your mind ever could. Yogananda said that faith is not a hope for results. It is a recognition of the law behind all life. In this state of faith, sleep becomes an act of surrender, and surrender becomes the bridge to renewal. As your awareness begins to fade toward sleep, let one last wave of gratitude move through you. Gratitude is not a thought. It is an energy that expands everything it touches. Feel thankful to your own body for carrying you through this day, for protecting you even when you were unaware of its quiet labor. Thank your breath for its endless rhythm, thank your heart for its patience, and thank that unseen power that keeps life flowing in you night after night. When you rest in gratitude, you align yourself with the highest vibration of healing. Now picture your entire body as a silent field under starlight. Every cell shines faintly. Every nerve glows like silver threads. Nothing is broken, nothing is missing. It is all being repaired through stillness. This is not imagination. This is how healing actually happens, when you withdraw energy from the noise of thought and return it to the field of life itself. The deeper you rest in this awareness, the more energy your body can redirect toward balance. As the final trace of wakefulness begins to dissolve, know that this state of surrender is not weakness. It is divine intelligence taking over. Yogananda often said, "When the mind grows quiet, God's power begins its work." You are now inside that work, not separate from it. Every beat of your heart is a pulse of creation renewing itself. Every breath a message from the higher consciousness that designed you. There is nothing to control, nothing to fix, only trust in the rhythm that has never failed you. Before you drift fully into sleep, silently affirm to yourself, "I release all tension. I accept divine healing. I rest in light." Let those words dissolve as soon as they are spoken within, like ripples fading into still water. They have already reached the part of you that listens beyond thought. Tonight, that part will guide your body through invisible repair, nerve by nerve, cell by cell, dream by dream. If you listen closely, you may sense that gentle hum again, the same current that began moving earlier in this journey. It has not disappeared. It has only settled deeper into the very blueprint of your being. Through this current, the energy of life reorganizes everything that was scattered, restores what was forgotten, and clears pathways for the vitality that tomorrow will carry. When you awaken, you will not only feel rested, you will feel reordered from within. And as you wake in the morning, carry this awareness for a few quiet moments before rushing into the noise of the world. Touch your heart lightly, breathe once with intention, and remember that healing never stopped. It continues as long as you live consciously. As Yogananda taught, each night of true rest is a return to the source, and each morning is a rebirth into clearer light. Let that truth stay with you tonight. You are not trying to heal. You are allowing the universe to do what it has always known how to do, renew itself through you. Now let go, and let the silence complete what your mind could never begin.